Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Five a Day on this new week. Um, Phones been incredibly important in many ways in our lives, but perhaps even more in these last 2 months on lockdown. And phones have changed in the way they look over there. This is our landline, actually. Um, One of the things that you'll notice, though, on a phone like this, is that on the numeric keypads, they're also you also got letters, so it's an alphanumeric keypad. My one from 2 to 9, I've got the alphabet A, B, C, etc. And reminds me of when I was a kid, and we had those old like dial. You may have seen one. You perhaps seen them in antiques. Maybe you've even got an old one in your house or had them. But you would dial it around like that. You pick your number and letter. But phone numbers in those days, early on, and certainly before '66 or whatever it was when they changed it to all digits. You would, for instance, if you were ringing Wimbledon, it would start with WIM and then you'd have a 4-digit number. Now, they ran out of names, they ran out of numbers, and so they had to go to a completely different system, which has been changed over the years. And that reminded me, as I was thinking about that, reminded me of what Sunday school teachers used to say to kids many, many years ago. And that's, if you want to talk to God, here's his phone number. And it was JER 333. Jeremiah 33, verse 3. It says this, call to me and I will answer you. And it goes on to say and tell you great and unsearchable things you do not know. That's quite good. We call people and we learn things. We can call to God. And Bible encourages us to talk to God, to pray. Prayer is one of the key things. We were talking yesterday on our live service about staying connected with God, as we were talking last Friday. And the best way we can do that is through prayer. James, if we go to the New Testament, James 4 and verse 8, it says, draw close to God and he will draw close to you. All through Scripture, we're encouraged to pray. To pray is to talk to God. It doesn't mean that you have to put on funny voices. Please don't. Just talk to God. Just learn to see God as someone that you can approach and as a friend and talk to. You can cry out to him. You can call out to him. In Luke 18, Jesus tells the parable of a persistent widow, and he gives the story of a judge who, and this widow wanted justice, but she wasn't getting it, and so she stands outside the house of a judge, a bit like maybe TV reporters might do today to somebody where they want an answer, and she kept knocking on the door. I don't know if they threw stones at the window or whatever, but she wanted the judge to answer her, and she wasn't going to let him get away. Sometimes, when I've been as a pastor working for people or particular situations, I've emailed, phone called somebody's office every day until I get the answer that they want. And this is what Luke in Luke's Gospel is what Jesus said: pray pray persistently, keep on praying, pray and don't stop praying, pray persistently and daily, and to pray. Call to me and I will answer you. In 1 Thessalonians, we read this: pray without ceasing. Pray without ceasing. The New Testament, the Old Testament, encourages us to come to God, encourages us to pray, encourages us that God is there and draws close to us, encourages us that God will answer us, encourages us to come and to be persistent and continue in our prayer. The issues in our own lives. There are people around us, loved ones, families, friends, others, situations that we need answers for, that we need some resolution, that we need some comfort, we need support. And I want to encourage you to pray, to pray. Jeremiah and his people were going through a really, really incredibly difficult, protracted period of problem. And God says, call to me and I will answer you. Sometimes we don't see the answer straight away. Sometimes it takes a while, but be persistent. Keep at God. If you want something, kids, if they want something, they'll keep pestering. Maybe you're like that. If you want something, you'll keep trying for it. You won't take no for an answer. You won't take one sort of being turned back. Well, God doesn't turn you back. God doesn't shut his ears to you. God's open to you. But he says, come to me, come to me. Be persistent, pray, keep asking. Tomorrow we'll look at, why do we need to be persistent? Why do we have to come to God? And why does God want us to come and pray? And perhaps the biggest thing is that in talking, we establish and build a relationship with him. And out of that relationship comes everything. Bless you, have a fantastic day, and make this a week that we draw closer to God in prayer.